Machakos, there are a lot of changes, especially in the climate. Recently, it was very hot, it was very sun, there was a lot of drought, there was a lot of dust in the school compound. It really affected the teachers, the learners, because there was a lot of infection because of the dust. That is why you could see many children were absent from school, so learning was affected. It also affected the community because there was no food. The plants that had been planted dried up. The farmers could not harvest anything, so there was no food. So the learners came to school without food.
The dry spell was there, the drought, and then came the heavy rainfall. We didn't even expect it. It caught many people off guard.
It was not even time for the rain to be here. It was not rain season. It affected the people in Machakos a lot, especially now in the school. The rivers, the streams were overflowing. The learners could not cross. So, most of the time, the learners could not come to school. You know that?
Yeah, I realized
the teachers could also even give me a call that it was raining heavily. They can't make to come to school. So you see, even it affected learning in one way or another.
And that's why, as a teacher, I saw, because these climate issues are affecting learners, are affecting us teachers, so I saw it is better to go outside the classroom curriculum and start teaching learners to take control of the climate changes they are seeing. And that's why I approached you about starting a climate action club.
Can you update me about the climate action club?
The first step to empower the learners was to teach what climate change exactly is and how it's affecting them and so what they can do. So that's how we start there through climate awareness, and then they can say what to do. And that's why they came with the idea of a kitchen garden to tackle the climate problem on food security.
I've seen you have planted many vegetables there, the kales, the spinach. I can see there are even onions there.
It is teaching them about tackling food security, yes, and also it's teaching them agricultural skills.
Recently, you took the learners or the members of that club to the river so that they could showcase what they have been doing in our school.
They were the ones in line at the front, speaking, showcasing what they have been doing, the solutions they come up with, even the presenting themselves. Actually, the judges were very impressed of what they did. I can see skills like leadership, agency, advocacy, proactiveness, confidence. At least learners have shown that so far.
These learners have learned a lot.
We intend this club to be a continuous. For you can see we have Teach for Kenya fellows coming each year. So my goal is to leave it to the next fellow who will make sure the club continues. So it will reach many learners, and many have shown interest to join.
And I've even thinking of introducing that one to the other heads of institutions in other schools, so that they can introduce the climate action club in their schools, so that the learners can learn more about the climate change and they can adapt to everything, so that they are not victims of the climate change.
People don't have to wait and just sit there on TVs or newspaper to wait for the bigger organization, outsiders, to come and help us to deal with climate issues. But people from their own community, from their homes, from their own local context, like we have done here with our learners, they can take charge. Everyone in the world, from their homes, they could take this action. They could take charge in tackling climate action. We start here locally, and then with our climate education, it will reach many learners yearly, and the learner, they take it outside there. They will become one day grown-ups, and with this training, they will become even great leaders. It's about empowering learners to be climate action leaders.
Yes.
Not just the victims of the effects of climate change,